Hi everyone, this is Alert Day Trading. The purpose of the videos I make is to journal my trades, notice any mistakes I'm making, catch some good behaviors I'm doing, try to duplicate those, and if I'm having some issues with this video, if you can just bear with me for today, but I just really wanted to make a video on this trade I made and just talk about my thoughts and so today I was looking at VTIQ, and I was very interested in it because if you look at the daily chart, there's no resistance. So you can go, well, let's go back 10 years and there's nothing. I think it's only about a 2 to 3 year old stock. So, and you can see in the last couple months, it's pretty much was trading in the $10 range, and now it's all the way up. Today went up to $35. So I was very interested in it, and I noticed you had the high right here, the pre-market high, and I got interested at the break above this red line right here, and I waited for the first red candle, and so I took a trade with the 5-minute time frame. It was the first trade I took right here, and you can see it broke right above, but it immediately pulled back all the way from $34 to $31.16. It was so fast that I didn't even have time to put in my stop loss. I might have had time if I had done it quicker, but usually stocks don't turn that quickly against me. So the lesson here would be immediately as a stock, as your buy order is complete, immediately put the stop loss. I probably waited an extra 5 or 10 seconds than I needed to, and then the stock ended up pulling, so my stop loss would have been right here, and then the price went all the way down to here, so exceeding my stop loss. So I waited for this candle to close, and then I put a stop loss right here. And here's the thing. The trade already was done with, right? But I was still in the trade. I was just trying to minimize my loss. I accepted this loss right here. And I almost came back to my original purchase price. But I still saw potential, with these green candles. But just to minimize my loss and minimize my risk, I raised this stop loss with the EMA, and I ended up getting stopped out right here. So just a little bit more than my original stop loss. So I was okay with that. And then obviously you can see here it pushed up, and this would have been my original profit target would have been around $36. So over here, $34 purchase price, $32.30, so about $1.70 of risk. So we're looking at $35.70 first profit taking, and then so And I thought that was reasonable because here you can see the low 28.66 and this high $34. That's a $5 move. So I saw potential of about $4 to $5. So risking $1.70 I thought was realistic. There's no resistance, so but it didn't work out, and I'm okay with that. And I followed everything on my plan except obviously that stop loss, but I did stick with my risk management rules. Kind of struggled to come back over this line, and then that's where I got stopped out, but ultimately it did. So my normal loss could have been maybe a break-even trade or a small winner. That's hindsight. You can't predict that. And the point that I want to make, and the point of the video I'm making is because it is frustrating to take a loss. And I ended up taking 2 more losses, but smaller risk. I used a 1 minute. That was the next trade I took. So after it was pushing up higher here, I waited for the pullback. I waited for the pullback here, and this is where I came in the trade. And then I ended up getting stopped out right about here. So I'm okay with this trade. We're at the all-time highs. Volume was pretty good. Just didn't work out. And then the next trade I took was right here. So then here we have, right here is my entry. So we had that pull, so that push above that $34 mark. So, and this red line was holding. So I saw potential here. I entered a trade right here. And I guess maybe not enough volume. Maybe one thing, not maybe one thing, but definitely one thing that I need to work on is in my checklist, I have criteria that says the most recent high has to have the most volume in the day. So I guess if we look back, this recent high had less volume than this high. So that should have kept me from taking that trade. This recent high has less volume than the most in the day. So again, the whole point of this is to tilt the odds in your favor, and I think I need to work on that. Ultimately, I'm very pleased with my selection, my stock selection. Normally, I might trade something with a daily chart looking like this, with all these red lines. Even something like this, like, ooh, the daily chart's pushing up higher, but still lots of levels of resistance. Yeah, it's pushing up higher, but here's a 200-day moving average right there. And you have these right here. There's still potential, but for example, this stock has a really nice daily chart, but if you look back 3 years, it's still got some levels of resistance. So the point I'm making is that the quality of stocks that I'm focusing on is improving. So look at this daily chart. I mean, that's beautiful. But the ultimate thing that I want to focus on is the most important thing is to really focus on your stop loss. I think that's the most important rule. I think if every time I don't follow that rule, I really end up with big losses, and really sets you back. So this obviously, when I did didn't put in the stop loss order right away. I still saw this VWAP right here and the EMA right here, so it kind of helped me to stay in the trade a little longer. But I think if, let's say, these two lines were up here, I probably would have just sold out market right away and just deal with a little bit extra loss. But I saw this support here, so I was a little bit flexible on that rule. But I can't tell you that's probably in the last 200 to 300 trades. I've probably done this once or twice, and I wasn't risking this huge amount, but this is a small setback rather than a large setback. But again, the point of the video, this whole thing is look at what's happening after. I mean, it's trading at $29 right now, and I was purchasing at, well, this is the 5 minute. So the highest price I purchased was right here, 34.50s. And if I didn't stick to my stop loss, which was 33.20, that's an acceptable loss from the amount of risk I'm using. So 34.70, we have the lows of 28, so that would have been about somewhere around 5 times more your original loss. So positives, positive behaviors are me sticking to my stop loss, sticking to my risk management, my trade management rules. I've improved my stock selection. I'm focusing on only taking 1 trade per day per time frame. And so far I took 3 trades, 1 in each time frame. So I'm happy with that. And we're going to get back at it tomorrow. So, again, the purpose of this video and the videos I make is to journal my trades. If you have any questions, let me know. You can see this stock right here is going down even lower. So that would have been quite devastating to the account if you don't stick to the stop loss. So stick to your stop loss and stick to your plan and keep improving your plan every day and improve your habits. So again, just going through my thought process and trying to point out mistakes I'm making to help my trading. And if you can learn anything from my mistakes, then that's definitely a bonus. Okay, good luck.